This ain't no rap shit. Definitely ain't no cap shit, man. It's a whole lot of legal trap shit. Tell the folks where we at today.
We are at Studio 429, and y'all tuned in with Big Sweets, not the little one. And I am a licensed nail tech here in DFW.
So, how did you even get into like doing nails, or how did this journey even come about?
Entrepreneurial journey has always been from yay high. I went from wanting to be a fashion designer to wanting to have my own business. I didn't know what type of business. I just knew I wanted to run a business. Nails came in, and I want to say about like junior high. I used to always paint my toenails because my mama didn't let me get nails at the time, so I had to paint my toenails, and it was it. I used to do my nails, my cousin's nails, and my auntie nails. Like everybody's toes was on fleek. So that's where it derived from. From there, it just grew into a passion. And when I say a passion, I mean a passion. Like, I'm not here just to make your nails look pretty. I'm here to make you have healthy nails, long, strong, however you prefer. I do it all. I do not limit myself when it comes to the nail industry. I love nail art, manicures, pedicures. I'm down for it all.
So, when did you actually jump into doing nails like full time, and you figured out, all right, I can make some money off of this?
I started in 2018, um, but everything don't happen on our time. More so happens on God's time. So with that, I had to take a break. I was presented with the opportunity to enroll into schooling to get my certification and everything in 2020, and I took that like head on. I jumped. I was actually working, and they laid us off. October 4th, I was enrolled to start my first day of school. October 13th, I finished May 6th, so it took me roughly about 6 months to complete school.
What was that journey like for you, as far as like going to school and?
School was bittersweet. Um, I say bittersweet because I was so ready to go to school. Like, I was so ready. Like, that's something that I always wanted to do. So when I finally got the opportunity to do it, I was lit, like super excited. I was really like top student in my class, not to brag, but yes, I was. Attendance was like 120%. My grades was A plus all the time. But it got a little bitter towards like halfway through. My biggest inspiration was my grandmother, and she got sick and ended up passing due to COVID. So it was like when she passed, it felt like a part of me died. So I kind of lost, well, not kind of, but I did lose my drive for doing nails because it got to the point to where I stopped going to school for a little bit. It didn't affect me because I had so much perfect attendance and so many hours that I was like beyond where I needed to be. But it definitely took a toll on me as far as completing school. But I mean, I finished within less than what a year. I want to say like 9 months. I finished school, was licensed. I passed all my exams on the first try. So
Let me ask you this. What or how was you able to get that drive back to stay motivated and to continue on your path and on your journey?
um, honestly, I just thought about my grandmother. She was a real like strong person, like really strong. Um, and she overcame a lot, and I knew she wouldn't want me to quit because she knew like my dream and my passion. Like, she would always call me and check on me, ask me how school was going. So I kind of just like instilled in myself, like, even though she not here, still do it for her. Like, keep going hard, because if she was here, she would be proud. She wouldn't want you to quit. So yeah, like, you got to get back in the race. You can't let that knock you down.
So you finish school, you graduate. What was the next step for you as far as moving along as a nail tech? Like going to your first shop, getting your first clients. What was that like for you?
That was it's not like you graduate and literally hop right into a shop. Like that is not how they go. So please don't let nobody, swindle you into thinking that. It literally takes time. And I say that because one, you want to find a place that's comfortable. Like you want to feel, the vibe is right for you. Because everywhere isn't, any place. You can't just say, oh, yeah, I want to go work here. Like, you have to find something that's for you. And then it takes time as well because you have to build your clientele. You have to be consistent. It's a lot of hard work. So it took me a year to get into a suite. An entire year of being licensed and everything. I worked from home. I started in the kitchen, literally at the kitchen table. Like, yeah, so.
Was it easy for you to grow your clientele?
To a certain extent, because when I first started my own business, I was selling lashes, and that's kind of like what got me known within like beauty products. So once I started that, it transferred from lashes into lip gloss, and I started doing makeup a little bit. So it was like it kind of just swindled once I finally started taking my nails serious.
What did it take for you to start taking, nails serious?
Serious? Honestly, the suite. No, I take that back. My injury is what made me take nails serious. This year of April, I had a bad knee injury that resulted in a torn ACL, torn meniscus, and some other tears in my knee. And I got laid off from my job. I wasn't crippled, so I didn't understand why I got laid off. But mentally, I was like, you know what? Like, I got a backup. I know how to do nails. Like, I'm certified, so this my time to shine. Like,
so before you got laid off, you weren't doing nails full time, or you just was?
It was like, I would do it when I had the time, pretty much. Like, if I had time, like whenever I would get off work, if anybody would book, I would do it. If somebody was, oh, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Then I would do it. But as far as doing them like all day, every day, no. I was not doing nails all day, every day.
Was it hard for you to balance that 9 to 5 life to that entrepreneur life? Like, what is that like to balance that? Or what was that like for you to balance that?
Honestly, I just experienced recently balancing it, like full throttle. So that's hard. And I'm not going to, it's literally not a walk in the park. And I say that because before then, I wasn't really doing nails as much as I do them now. So my commitment to my business is deeper than what it was before. And I've recently worked a full 9 to 5, like I'm 10-hour shifts, and it is not for the weak. Because between working a job, trying to catch sleep, and then trying to still run your own business, it requires a lot. Not just physical strength, but mental strength as well. Like, I think that's really, really tough. And kudos to whoever could work a full 9 to 5 and run a full business and, have kids. And it's capable. Like, it's possible to do, but it is very hard. It takes some time to get used to.
Was it hard? So it was hard for you to get used to?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely, well, and I think maybe because of the schedule that I had, because I was like 6 p.m. to 4 a.m.
So it was more of a time management thing.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Just time management. Trying to figure out, like, you got XYZ amount of hours at work, you got to get XYZ amount of hours of sleep, XYZ amount of hours with the kids, and then I got orders or customers. So it's just really trying to, like you said, time management skills.
Did you ever become discouraged at a point in time trying to balance all that?
Sometimes. Sometimes my knee injury makes me feel like I'm incapable. Because with the injury, sitting down for a long period of time aggravates my knee. Right. So it's like, if I'm sitting here and I got clients back to back to back to back, or I'm in here making orders back to back to back, like, it could get frustrating. Because I kind of like doubt myself, like, dang. And I think I went through that the most when I first started my injury. Because my leg was so weak that, I really couldn't do too much. And I was babying my leg when I first got my injury. So that really was like my biggest downfall when I first had my injury, because I went into like a depression of like, oh my God, I can't sit down for a long time. Like, how am I going to do nails when I have to sit down? Like, I can't stand up and do nails. So, I mean, that's really the only thing that kind of gets me down at times is my injury, but surgery is a must. So, we going to get that out the way.
How was you able to shake that depression, discouragement, and get out of that slump that you were in?
I mean, it's my passion. Like, sometimes, and that's, I think anybody in general is going to have those days where, you know, we feel defeated, where we just don't feel like us sometimes. But considering that I love doing nails like so much, like this brings me peace. I could be having a bad day. I'm finna go get my kit and just start making some press-ons or, you know, create content. Like, I find peace in doing what I love. So really my passion just brings me out of my depression.
In this game, do you feel like it's competition when it comes to nail techs? Because a lot of people here more oftenly or more recently, a lot of people have jumped in the nail game.
I feel like if people understand that we could help one another, it shouldn't be any competition. And I say that because I look at things like, if you driving on the road and you pay attention to your surroundings, there's 1,000,001 gas stations, 1,000,001 hotels. They could be next door to each other, but guaranteed everybody's eating, everybody's getting business. What I might know, the next person might not know. What they know, I might not know. Like, it is competition, but I feel like it doesn't have to be. Like, everybody can learn something from the next person. We could all team up, you know, build each other up. But it's definitely competition in the nail world. And a lot of people now, like you said, are jumping into the nail game. And it's like, for me, it's personal. I don't mind people, you know, hey, whatever you want to do in life, that's you. But it's like, for me, nails being my passion, I take it serious. And I don't feel like nails are just a hustle. You literally have to love doing nails in order to do it, because you have to have the patience for it. Because it definitely takes a lot of patience. So I think sometimes people look at things and say, oh, it's a wave. Everybody doing nails.
So you think a lot of people just get into it because it's a wave and it's money to be made, not because of the passion?
Honestly, that's what I really do think. I see some people that are like, you can tell who really wants to be a nail tech or who really like loves what they do versus the people who are just like, oh yeah, hey, I want to try doing nails today. Because it's a difference like in the consistency. Like you'll see some people say, oh, I want to do nails this week. Next week they doing something else. They might post nails here and there, but they're not, you know, every day with it. They not consistent. It's just a right now because it's hot and I know I can make some money. But it's more than that. It's more than just making money, because nails don't just come from looking good. If you don't have the right foundation, the proper prep, like, your nails not even going to last long. So if they look good, that don't even matter if they only last in 2 days and they popping off like press-ons.
Have you ever had that happen when you first jumped in? Somebody come back and tell you like their nails popped off? Or
Yes, I had that a couple times when I first started. It's like trial and error though when it comes to the nail game. Like, you literally feed yourself with as much information as you could take. YouTube, classes, even like old instructors. If you ever went to beauty school, they always give you the opportunity to come back, you know, work with them, whatever they need to help you out with. You just always have to keep yourself in the loop on nails, period. Like, what's trending, how to make sure you have that perfect foundation. And it's not going to start off perfect, but I mean, the more you practice, you'll be able to tell. Like,
speaking of trending, with the nail trend constantly changing on a daily basis, how are you able to keep up with that?
man, every week is something new. Maybe a week or two ago, it was the ombre, the French ombre. Now it's like these cartoon pop art. Like, nail stuff is changing every time you look up. But being real passionate, I try and do everything. Like, if I see something trending, somebody I know might send me a DM or something like, hey, you need to try this. I'm like, I'm throwing it on a press-on set. I'm going to throw it on a swatch, but I got you. Like, I'm down for it, because I always want ideas And typically, sometimes, not for everybody, but for myself, I kind of get blocked to where I'm like, oh my God, what am I finna put on these nails? Like, what am I finna do? What type of design am I finna do? So I either sketch them out or like social media. Social media would definitely help you out when it comes to ideas.
Like with the designs and stuff, to be a nail tech, do you feel like you have to be artistic? That's what I always want. Like, do you have to be artistic when it comes to doing nails? Do you have to have some type of artistic bone in your body?
Mm, I say yes. Some people might not agree, but I say yes.
Do you think it's something that you can just pick up and learn and become artistic?
I mean, you could if you had the passion for it, the drive to want to learn it, but just to like wake up one day and say, "Oh, I'm gonna do nails," and just go and go buy the products and you start in the kitchen, it's literally gonna look like a disaster because it's kind of like a science, like the wet to dry ratio of acrylic and monomer, like it's insane. It's a lot to learn, but I think ideally and realistically with nails, it is art, and a lot of people don't really look at nails like art. But me being into nails as much as I am, it is a form of art, a way to express yourself. So if you are naturally an artist, it'll be easy to pick up.
Think so?
Yeah.
What are some habits, like as an entrepreneur and nail tech, one must create to even be successful on any business journey?
What habits to create?
Yeah, just to be successful when you on your business endeavors.
Um, Always be kind. Your energy is very big. Like just having a good spirit can take you far with people. Being consistent as far as promoting yourself, different ways of marketing, branding yourself. Get in the habit of giving top tier customer service. Literally.
Speaking of customer service, do you feel like in the black community, in the black business world, customer service is an issue?
It is.
Why you say that?
It is. I say that because, for one, people don't know how to effectively communicate. The first small error of miscommunication is literally either going to Facebook or somebody ready to fight. Like, and that's not how you conduct yourself professionally.
From a client's perspective
From a client and a business owner's perspective, it's a way to handle every situation. I understand clients can be rowdy, they might threaten you, but at the end of the day, every action doesn't deserve a reaction. You can politely decline somebody or politely just ignore somebody. You don't have to feed into that attention. And within the black community, yes, that is a very big issue. Some people feel entitled, and I think some people don't even understand that as business owners, we have lives at the end of the day. We have children. We don't just eat, sleep, breathe our business. We have kids. We may have another job, a relationship. So it's like we have different parts of us. So understand that we can't just be at a beckoning phone call or, stop, come quick, Craig in trouble. We can't do that all the time. So people have to, customers have to understand that as well. But business owners, just understand, you can always be kind, even when somebody's being ugly. You don't have to, take it there. And like I said, communication rules the nation.
It does, when you a black business owner or just a small business, a lot of people are always asking for discounts. What is your outlook on that when someone comes to you asking for a discount?
Honestly, I give discounts when I feel like it. When people come to me and ask me for them, if they're not supportive, and I mean like normal supportive, I just leave them on red, to be honest. Like I won't even respond, because in my mind it's like, you don't support me. I know you don't support me like that. So why would you even feel comfortable to come and ask me for something of that nature? But I do feel like that's important though, to give discounts or do deals periodically as a marketing strategy to try and get people to come. Say You come 2 times, I take 15% off your next full set, or you've bought XYZ amount of press-ons for me, so your next one's gonna be free. Like, that's what keeps people coming back. And then that's also like word of mouth. She getting this deal, she might go tell her friend, hey girl, I da 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 da. Before you know it, there's one more client, two more clients.
What are, for you, what are some of the pros of being an entrepreneur?
First off, you get to make your own schedule. That's for sure, for sure. Like,
Is it easy for you to stick to that schedule when you make it?
Honestly, yeah, because me being a nail tech, I don't mind being in here from sun up to sundown. Like, it's been days where I've been in here from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. The latest I've ever been in here is till 2 in the morning, from like 9 in the morning to 2 the next morning.
So you say this, how many sets do you average in that time span? Because some nail techs are slower than others, faster than others.
It just depends, honestly. Full sets typically, depending on like the nail art and designs, take about 3 to 4 hours. Something short set, maybe 2 hours. But like I said, it just depends on the length. It depends on what they want. Like, some people, and that's a big thing when it comes to nails. People will literally come in, they want an encapsulated nail, a marble nail, a French tip, and think it's gonna take an hour and 30 minutes. No, ma'am, it's not. We're gonna be in here for some time, so get comfy, kick your shoes off. But I mean, typically, if I'm here from 9 in the morning to maybe 7 or 8 in the evening, I could probably get like 3 to 4 clients, depending on they want. And press-on sets, I can make about 3 or 4 of those, because those take time as well. Even though they're not like on the hand, they still take time, because you have to do one by one, cure them, take them out, cure them. So everything pretty much take time.
What is the most difficult set that you ever done when it came to like just doing a set in general?
Curved nails. Curved nails are the most difficult set I ever have to deal with. Thank God I only have one girl who comes in here and get curved nails on a regular.
So y'all heard that y'all start coming to her to get your curved nails.
Really? I mean, I'm gonna make it do what it do, baby, but it's not my favorite. But yes, I would definitely
Why is that so hard for you? So
with curved nails, you can't really use a file. You only use a file maybe to crisp the tip of the nail. Other than that, you have to literally drill to do the shaping. You got to be real like light-handed, so you get a crispy curve and you ain't got a little dent here and there. So very tedious work on curved nails, especially for ladies who like them like eagle claws, which is my client. So yeah, the eagle claws are not the easiest to do.
So do you end up charging more for that type of set?
Typically yes. The longer, I basically charge off length and designs. I don't charge for gel polish, because that's just not what I do. They do that at regular nail shops. They literally charge you for the whole bottle for one service. They'll charge you like $12 on your receipt for gel polish. I love gel polish. That's what's trending. It's better than regular nail polish, way better. So that's like a off top come with the service for me, which differentiates me from everybody else. Everybody does not offer gel polish off the rip. But yeah, basically long, anything that's extremely long, charms, diamonds, any type of hand-drawn art, like that's where the money come in.
What are some mistakes that you feel like you could have avoided when jumping into this entrepreneur lane and doing nails?
I honestly don't.
You don't make mistakes?
I don't feel like I've made a mistake, to be honest. Like, and I'm not saying that to sound big-headed, but I don't feel like I made a mistake at all when I jumped into the nail world. I mean, I took my time. Before I fully threw myself out there as doing nails, I went and got certified first. And that was something that I was always big on. I started doing nails in 2018, but I stopped because I had enrolled in school, life happened, and I couldn't start on my start date. So I completely stopped. I was like, I don't want to do nails anymore until I get certified. Like, I was just real hell bent on lining everything up, getting all my ducks in a row.
Right.
So once I went to school, got all that done, I was like, oh yeah, I'm good now. Like we finna just pretty much it's like rolling with the punches. You can plan for entrepreneurship, but then again, you can't. Like you just have to go with the flow and see what happens.
So we spoke on the pros of being entrepreneur, being your own boss. What are some of the cons for you?
The high demand from people. Like I said, some people feel like you don't have a life. All you do is whatever business you offer. That extra responsibility, like being here in the suite. Here we gotta pay our way. You gotta pay the rent. So it's like, just things like that. Whether you're in a suite, whether you have a building, just those extra responsibilities on top of just running your business, I would say would be the cons. Some days that are scheduled, like you might schedule yourself, oh, I'm gonna be here for so and so, and then it goes into like you done spent the whole day. Everything else don't even matter. I done spent the whole day at the shop. That's sometimes a con for me, cause like sometimes I don't like being here all day. I want to come in here and get myself done, and then get out, cause I do have a life. But I don't think it's that many cons as far as entrepreneurship. Like if you really want to be an entrepreneur and this is something that like you feel you're destined for, then you gonna take them little punches and keep it rolling.
What advice do you have for upcoming entrepreneurs, current entrepreneurs, and aspiring entrepreneurs?
Don't ever doubt yourself. And I say don't ever doubt yourself because it is so easy for people to get discouraged being an entrepreneur, because you're not going to have great days every day. And that's the part that people don't talk about when it comes to being an entrepreneur. You might have a week where you fully booked, and then you might have another week where you ain't got not one booking. Don't let things like that discourage you. Every business has its up and downs. If it's something that you're truly passionate about, the sky is the limit, man. The sky is the limit, and your biggest competition is yourself.
Speaking on slow weeks and ups and downs, like when you do have a slow week, how do you supplement that income and make up that difference?
Daddy raised the hustler. Okay. If I don't have like physical clients here at the shop, I'm busting down the press ons. Literally. Like I'm making them whether I'm at home making them or whether I'm in the shop making them. I'm just making press-ons, and I get to posting on social media like, hey, I got this. And I typically will drop my price for, like, if somebody books a press-on order, it's higher than when I decide to make them myself and just sell them. So, and it's easy. Like, I literally can get my press-ons off within a day or two. I've literally had plenty of weeks, and I ain't gonna lie, I've had plenty of weeks where literally Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, half of Thursday, I ain't have nobody. But I done made my suite rent Thursday evening, Friday, and Saturday.
Just like that?
Just like that. And I've done that more than once. It's like on the weekends, being in the beauty industry, that's when you in high demand.
Right. What is the long-term business goal for you?
My long-term business goal is to own my own nail salon. And it sounds so typical, like, oh, a nail tech want to own a nail. Yes, but my nail salon dream is different. First off, I want it to be on the upscale, classy. We got the nice chandeliers. We got a bar. I want it to give the real upscale, relaxing vibes. As far as my workers, family, let me say, as far as the team goes, let me say that, because they aren't my workers, they'll be my team. As far as the team go, I'm trying to pull away from the whole Asians, Japanese, theme. I want nothing but adversity in my shop. I want some black nail techs, some Hispanic nail techs, some white nails, whatever. I want every ethnicity, because I feel like all the other ethnicities, when it comes to nails, are slept on. And literally all these other races are the coldest. the coldest. I've seen so many people that are just so dope. And it's like nail shop to offer everything from pedicures to custom nail art, everything.
What, do you feel like other races, ethnicities are slept on because that they only portray Asians and those type of people doing nails?
Most definitely. They're most definitely slept on because of that. It's almost like society has programmed us to think that nail shops only have Japanese, Chinese, or Asians in there. That's what a nail shop is typically. And it's like, no, a nail shop can be anybody. But because that's something that's just been a norm, it's like the other races that are, and that's, I feel like that's why it's so many individual nail techs that are just like, working for themselves and they're not in shops because we really don't even have the same opportunity as them if we wanted to go work in a shop, because it's almost like if we look the same, then it's cool, you could work here. But if you don't, then they throwing you on the feet for sure. Like that's the first thing they doing. They putting you on the feet so they can get you out the door. But most definitely, it's a lot of great nail artists that are slept on because of that.
How do you feel like that can be combated, or you change that image or change those views?
Once I open up shop, we changed it because I'm telling you,
So you gonna be the change to that?
I'm gonna be the game changer for that because I have yet to see. I haven't seen a nail shop where there's so much adversity in one place. Like it's either all black, if it's a black owned business, which there's no problem at all. Power to my people. But I just feel like everybody could bring something different to the table. You might have this woman is bomb at pedicures. This one's good at manicures. This one's great at hand detailed nail art. You got this one who's her laying down her is perfect, just perfect. Like everybody can bring something different, but I feel like just showing that adversity within the shop would definitely be a game changer because it's like, oh girl, it's a vibe. Like once you come in, we got all the colors, all the different melanin, all that.
No, for real. Was when it came to you being successful or to getting to where you are today, did having the support behind you play a big factor in that or a big role in that?
To a certain degree. To a certain degree. And I say that because I'm like the black sheep in my family. So I haven't always had just that huge support. As I started putting myself out there for my business, that's when I started getting more support, like from strangers. So, I feel like to a certain extent it plays a part, but then again it doesn't. Because at the end of the day, if you want it, you gonna go get it, regardless of who route you want. Not you can have one person in the stand, or you can have a whole crowd.
That's true, man. So tell the people where they can find you at on social media.
Y'all can, Facebook, y'all can find me under Sweet Janie's Beauty Bar. TikTok, P_sweets, and my Insta is sweet_Janies. Some people will find me on Facebook under Griselda Sweets as well. I got a business page and a personal page. I promo a lot on my personal page, so
y'all heard it here first, man. This ain't no rap shit. Definitely ain't no cap shit, man. It's a whole lot of legal trap shit.